Piss is haunted.
We figured that Bryn's mom was probably good with Godwick, and they weren't going to do anything but keep asking dumb questions and not telling us anything, so we all headed back to Bryn's to see if we could find some blood to let one of the Drakes drink, so they could lead us to whoever broke into Bryn's mom's house. It's cool that Drakes can do that. But when we got there, a couple of guards were standing around out front. You ever think about how guards mostly just spend their time standing around not doing anything? Then maybe they get bored and bully some kids trying to have a good time. And then a crime happens and they either run around a bunch or just, show up afterwards so they can stand around and not solve the crime. So anyway, there were these guards standing there, and I went to go talk to them about how they were a waste of time and space and money, while my friend snuck around in through the back. They definitely found some cloth with some blood on it. They also found a wood hand. Weird, too. Kind of charred, but also looked like it had been underwater. Had like a vine or something running along the back. It was weird. And Wynn didn't know what it was, but Pen, I guess, talked to it and decided to keep it in her bag, which are weird things to do with hands. Like, how do you talk to a hand? But we got the blood, Colin picked up the trail, and we left for wherever the guys who beat up Bryn's mom went. Seriously, it was the last line. Hi, Editor Bryn. I love you. Have a good weekend. It's Memorial Day. Can't wait to see the new background of The Office.
Anyways, back to tracking.
Back to tracking. So you fed Callum the blood-soaked rag, cloth, cloak, wee bit of a cloth.
A wee bit of a cloth, and just giving a chat to Clotho. Anyways,
A high fiber diet.
Boo.
That was good.
Are you guys doing anything aside from following Callum?
Oh, just following. Keeping Odysseus on track.
That's fair.
Probably still ranting a bit about the misappropriation of tax funds and use.
Yeah.
the only thing you would understand right now, because the rest of us don't care about. So where do the tracks lead?
Yeah, you can pretty quickly tell you're heading in the general direction of the mines.
Where the zombies are?
Yes, zombies are
I-
often in the mines working.
Yeah, what thralls we can actually keep around.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
The mines that the corpse owned.
Yep, he did own this place.
He did own this place, it's true. Well, it's more that he managed it for the Emperor, but
Mm-hmm.
He was the manager here. It'll be
He, leased it.
fine. Thralls. As long as we don't interfere with their work.
So saying, what about if this prick of a son? Hates us.
Isn't he like our age?
Oh yeah. I literally have that in my notes. Sylvanas,
gross.
his son, our age.
Yeah, I have as a son around our age, Sylvanas back. Yeah, no.
So that's why
Nice.
Bryn doesn't quite like him, because he's a teenage boy. Also,
Yay.
teenage boy, the son of a nobleman. You're cool because you're 13.
Yeah, I'm a teenage boy son of a nobleman. Hello.
Yeah, but you're cool.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
cool.
I think I'm cool. Thanks. I think
you're not
pretty
like
cool,
those
too.
other boys.
No. I didn't mean to make you a pick-me. But isn't that what emos are?
Hey.
Is morally correct pick-me's?
You leave emos alone.
I'm
I
sorry.
think I have decided that I do actually have little stake gauge earrings.
Yes.
You.
Nice.
Yes.
sounds kind of awful. I mean, I gotta have something to keep me from getting splinters in my ears.
Well, I mean,
Or
they're
they're like burnished.
steak shaped. I was
Yeah,
gonna say they're burnished, or they're like maybe a metallic steak spike looking thing. So
Oh no, they're wood.
I was thinking
yeah.
a normal gauge, and then you put a steak in it.
that too.
That too.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Also, we mean steak as in vampire steak, just to be absolutely clear for anyone.
Not meat steak. No meat steak.
STAKE, not STEAK. Thank you, folks.
Do we pass by the prison where they also turn thralls on the bottom floor?
Oh yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? I know that's
Of
near.
course, that's a
mines.
thing. Of course. Of course.
No, wasn't it
Yeah.
like on the bottom floors where the prisoners go, and then the floor above is the glass floor, so they could watch the zombies get
No, that was pitched. That is not what we went
made.
with.
Right. You're right. I said that, and everyone said no. Actually,
Yeah, the bottom floor is where they turn thralls, so they don't have to have as much security. Cause good luck sneaking out past them.
right. Thralls at the bottom to keep the prisoners in. Right.
Mhm.
That's what it was.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually pretty clever.
Thank you. I came up.
Do we see something as we're approaching the mines?
First of all, you see the normal things you always see near the mines. Thralls going in and out of work, working creepily in perfect unison at all times. You can see whoever's in charge of them that day, who isn't necessarily like any kind of necromancer. They're just, the one in charge that day. But other than that, no, I think you just see the zombies and the foreman, I guess the word would be.
Yes, Foreman would be the one.
Tally ho.
Yeah, how far is Callum leading us? Where is Callum leading us in the direction of this mine? Like, are we going past the Foreman?
Callum is pointing directly at the entrance of the mine. He's smart enough to know not to sprint right in there, but he very really wants to.
I don't think we're allowed in there.
I feel like the Foreman is now staring at us.
He hasn't seen you yet,
Oh,
conveniently.
we could go.
That is very convenient.
Convenient for the plot.
We could go. Let's just go.
Go to the mines.
It's just the one entrance, right?
That we know of.
There's probably multiple entrances to the mine.
But we could follow the thralls out.
That's true. Yeah, you can just try and spot more zombies, see where they're going in and out.
But Callum is pointing to this entrance.
Yes.
I think just as we're staring at the mines, Penelope pulls just this piece of rope out of her pack, ties one end to the harness, and tosses the other end to somebody else.
Oh yeah, just in case for
Oh.
Odie.
I'll grab it
yeah.
and,
Are we
and
really-
tie it around Thorn. So at the very least, he's a big old beefy boy. He'll take a nap and then.
True.
Penelope's just like, Odie, I know you're getting better at directions. If we're going in there, there's power in numbers, okay? Plus, we like Thorn. Don't give me that look. We like Thorn. Yes, I know he said on your snack it was one time and he was very sorry about it and then got you a new one.
I'm so sorry about it.
So I guess the question is, are you going to try and just go in directly, find another entrance in?
Bryn's going in directly. She's not letting the blood trail go to waste.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I'm just going in the mines, man.
I guess we're following.
Power in numbers, I guess. Stick together.
Stick together, gang.
I think
Jinx.
in this case, if you're just going in, I might need a blunt roll from whoever's in the lead.
Oh, that's my worst. But I have my
I
Drake
know.
with me.
Mhm.
I have my Drake with me, and his blunt is better.
Yes.
So that is a 12 and a D4.
Ooh.
Well,
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Which is good, because I rolled a 1 for Bryn and a 9 and an 8 for Callum. So that's a 9 total.
9. Okay.
Not great. But-
Not great.
Better than complete failure.
Mm-hmm. I think you're going to succeed with the cost in this case.
Valid.
So you guys are just sprinting head on straight into the mine. The foreman spots you. And he goes, "Hey, stop!" And you just barrel past the guy, knocking him over, and you all follow right behind Callum. But the guy gets knocked over, and you see him like sprawling on the ground. These guys just keep going in, and anyone who's looking at him, you see him pull out like whistle, and you hear a really sharp whistle noise edited in if you feel like it. So he's very clearly sounding off an alarm of some kind.
I feel like Penelope's coming in near the end. She's just like, official business, sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, we're officially doing this, and it's our business what we're doing. That's how she gets them.
Exactly.
The hilarious thing is, she is a blood priest. She could literally be like, church business, and they would have a time.
But that would be lying.
Yeah.
It's not lying if it's church business, because she is of the church.
And it's your
And
business.
it's her business. Yeah.
You haven't completely sold her on that one yet, but the official
haven't sold her on
business
that
she's
lie.
comfortable with.
Nice.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
keep the
official
church out of
business,
this.
fine.
Kids.
Yeah, whistle goes off. Let's go faster.
I mean, we are kids.
Uh-huh.
On
We're not
Great
going to be
kids.
smart about this, like adults
Say that
would be.
again.
that
Kids on
again.
drakes.
So you guys are barreling through the mines. Every now and again, you have to like knock over a zombie or go over or whatever. McCallum is sprinting undaunted through the mines. Eventually, lighting gets a little sparse, so it's dark. It's hard to see anything. And of course, the normal creepy part of caves and mines is all the echoing. It's disorienting as hell if you haven't spent time spelunking.
Not intentionally. Penelope
Oh,
has
no.
not intentionally. That doesn't mean Odysseus hasn't occasionally wandered into a tunnel entrance, and she's just like, "No, we're going back." So he's like, "Ooh, we're going underground," and she's not stopping me this time.
I'm a very simple lad. I see a ladder, I climb. I see a staircase, I find out where it goes. I see a door, I want to know what's on the other side. I see a hole, I crawl in.
That's what she said.
Bryn is fully trusting Callum, so just narrowing in.
All right.
Let's go. Ride or die.
Well, we're already riding.
Let's hope we don't do the second part.
I mean, that would make the next game we play very interesting.
True.
So, what do we think is down here?
Whoever bled.
Yeah, whoever fought Bryn's mom.
Could we maybe
Probably.
get, like, additional help just in case?
Who?
For children. I don't know.
Hey.
We could ask some of the guards, we could ask someone from the church. Why are we dealing with crime? Alone. Do this to help Bryn. That I get. We're small. Why don't we maybe get help? I could
We're
run back
small,
and ask my
we're
parents.
sneaky. No. No. Why would you bring your parents into this? I don't trust them.
Because they know stuff. We're following a blood trail. They know stuff.
You know stuff too, and maybe this is your opportunity, you know? You want to, like, get more experience and, like, prove yourself, right?
Well, yeah, but do we have to wander this far down into the mines chasing who knows what to do it? I mean, Bryn's mom is tough and scary, and this person hurt her.
And we're gonna hurt them.
Yeah, you know, there's 4 of us, plus our drakes, you know.
Nobody messes with family.
Okay. Can anyone see down here, though?
Are there lights? Is it lit?
Yeah, barely, but it
It's
is
lit, fam.
It's lit enough so we can hear it, or so the thralls can still see.
The thralls don't need a lot of light.
The foreman
But they
do.
still need some.
Yeah,
The foreman needs
And
to be
yeah.
able to see, right?
the foremen
Yeah.
do, but the thralls don't need a lot.
Also, we ran over a 4-man, so like there would be no help for us now.
Yeah.
And also, at some point, you realize there are less and less zombies as you go, and eventually, Callum leads you to a section of the mine that is boarded off.
Oh.
Cool.
This does seem dangerous. I mean, I'm just saying, like I'm not scared of it, obviously.
It's okay if you're scared. You can do things scared. Or you can wait here and watch our backs all by yourself.
No, that's
in
not
the
a thing
dark,
that's gonna happen.
quiet.
Nope, I don't want to do that. Do not want to do that.
Being brave does not mean you're not scared. It's just pushing past the fear. Talk to your hand friend.
I pull the hand out. Hey, buddy! As I just unwrap him and just hold it by the wrist, so the fingers can move.
Mhm.
See, look, there it is. See?
High five.
Oh.
I hold it so it can do a high five, but I'm like,
I don't
I
think it has
give
a
it
choice,
enough room
so-
to work.
Well, no, I know. It gets to decide. It's like, do you want a high five or not? Like, I'm not gonna force it on you.
Sure. You get a thumbs up, and he holds out for high five.
Yeah, I hold the hand up. See,
Okay, alright.
well, a friend
cool.
is friendly. I feel bad calling it an it because I don't know if they're friendly. Let's go with that. Yeah,
Do
they're
wooden
friendly.
hands have gender?
The body it belongs to, Mike.
I
Oh.
think it nods yes.
Oh.
Are you a boy hand or a girl hand?
Do you have a preference?
Yes.
Oh. One at a time. Are you a girl hand?
No.
It
No.
says no. Boy hand.
You get a nod yes.
Okay, it's boy hand.
This is not a
Okay,
thing I
that's
thought
good.
about before now.
You don't say.
We're children. We ask the weird questions,
Of
remember?
course, yeah, it's true.
Do you have a name?
Or does the rest of you have a name?
Oh.
Yes.
Can you spell it?
No.
I'm not asking you, Lex, the person, to finger spell the name, but does this hand know how to finger spell?
It's gonna say no.
Can you write it? If I give you a pen and some paper, I think my friends also need to ask you some questions. So I'm like, I can
Lord.
try to hold you above the paper with the pen, and then you can write. I'm hoping your handwriting is good. Handwriting.
Can you write?
I don't know how this is a thing that didn't even cross my mind, but here we are. My brain did not go, the hand's sentient enough to write. I don't know why.
Yeah, you know what? Sentience doesn't equal literate.
It can actually, it could not be able to write just because it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not fully attached to the body to remember the name.
It'll do its best, probably.
Yeah. We pull out a pen and some paper. I'm like, here you go. Here's the pen, and then I've got the paper kind of where it would be under your hand. I'm hoping this is the hand you normally write with. What do we want to
No.
ask it? Aside from what his name is?
You're asking the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to just call it hand.
Yeah, that seems rude. And I was already pretty rude, and I still feel bad, so.
I've been calling it hand. I've been calling him hand friend.
Hold on, I gotta go deep into my lore mind for this.
Oh, the lore mines.
1 sec.
I mean, when it's done writing, can you ask if it knows where the fuck it came from? Sorry for the cursing. Mama says I really should be better about that, but Mama ain't awake now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know? Can you tell us where the rest of you is? Well, I read
It
it.
writes its
Pretty
name
Name
very
first.
poorly.
Name first.
Oh,
Leon. No, Leon.
Leon.
I forgot proper
Excuse
pronunciation of it.
Excuse
Leon?
me?
Hmm?
Excuse me?
Excuse you?
Player has connected dots.
Well, I haven't connected dots. This is what happens when we're guests.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't know all the deep lore, and that's okay.
I wish I knew this deep lore, though.
You could just listen to the rest of the show and you have time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. That name
Yeah.
means nothing to me.
That's a cool name. Yeah,
Me, the
cool,
character.
Leon. Nice to meet you, buddy.
You get a thumbs up
First-
back. Like,
Oh, cool thing.
Leon,
I hold the hand in the paper in front of him so she can ask her a question.
do you know where the rest of you is?
vaguely.
Oh.
Valid. Can you point?
It gives wiggling finger gesture to indicate somewhere this direction, which is
In-
vaguely in that direction.
Oh.
Did you attack Bryn's mom?
Did you attack Bryn's mom? You get a no.
Good.
Okay.
Were you
Well,
there
you
to
said-
help?
Fire.
There to help. Yeah. Yes.
You know who attacked her mom?
You get one of those like shaky hand gestures.
What the fuck was a thrall at mom's?
I don't know if this belongs to a thrall. This is kind of different. Also, they don't have names so much. They kind of gave up the name as part of the process. But it sounds like we're going through that way. Are you good with that, Bryn? Penelope's asking because my blunt between the two of us is a 12 and an 8. So Penelope is fully ready to just...
I'm just gonna let the Drake do all the heavy lifting.
So you just send Callum
Okay.
to go charging through the barricade or something.
Obviously hopping off.
So immediately what you see is your Drake charges at the boards, goes straight through the boards as if they weren't there, and you hear like a yelp sound,
Sorry, buddy.
and you hear what sounds like tumbling rocks or something.
Oh.
Ooh,
You okay?
buddy.
You good?
Maybe don't run at the boards. I don't think boards are supposed to do that. That's different. That's interesting. There's a lot weird here. This is weird. Pointing just at the words.
Illusions, right? Right, illusions exist. Oh,
Oh yeah,
Stupid.
that is a thing.
I'm so sorry, Callum, and I'm already walking through the boards.
As you walk through, there's like golden sparkles of light fall off as you walk through, and then you immediately fall down like a steep incline and slide down after Callum.
All you hear is, I am so sorry.
You okay?
Hey,
You're
guys,
still
you think there's
sliding
a
when that question
drop
comes.
there?
Okay.
Ooh, sled sounds fun. I untie Odie and just Odie and I together we go down the slide.
I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds so we don't crash into the
Yeah.
bottom.
Clear the landing.
All right, buddy, ready? And we're gonna go down too.
Okay. Yeah, you're all just
Pulling
going
up
down.
clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
You feel like you're falling for forever, but maybe a few minutes later. By the way, at this point, you're for sure deep underground. The air is pretty stale.
And cold.
It's cold down there,
It's wet.
and it's for sure wet. At
Dank.
some point during the slide, there's been no light for most of the way down, and then you hit the bottom, which has some kind of round chamber in there, and in the center there's like a golden globule of light floating in the center, giving light.
That's
Oh.
cool.
What else do we see down here?
Give me an instinct to look around.
Okay.
Well, first of all, you see all your friends in a
That
pile on
was
top of each
so
other.
much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I could do that again.
Oh, I got a 9.
I'm so sorry, Callum. I'm owing you extra treats after this.
With a 9, a lot of these are barely still on the wall, but you can see what looks some kind of carvings on the wall. One of which you recognize more immediately from the stories. When the town was founded, it was primarily to help mine out a giant bird skeleton. And one of the images you see is a depiction of a giant ass bird, along with to its left, what appears to be a frog or something, some kind of amphibian, like a toad, frog, something. And to its right, some kind of big ass serpent.
Interesting.
And underneath the bird is a doorway.
Oh,
Is there also a carving of a thing that looks vaguely fish-like?
No, there's a missing part of it is worn away. You can't make out the fourth one.
Okay, cool.
All right, this is getting weirder and weird. Mom, what the fuck?
Should we
I
knock
don't know. That was kind of fun.
on the wall? I feel like we should knock on the wall before we go through the
What does
door.
Callum say? Where's Callum going?
Yeah, he doesn't say much.
Callum is getting up, shaking himself off, and he's looking further down the doorway and starts walking.
Hey, Callum, can you wait for Bryn, please?
Yeah, after taking her fill of the murals, Bryn's already on the tail of her Drake. Almost, probably quite literally. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just gonna knock on the side of the stone doorway on my way in, just because it feels like something I should do for some reason. It just seems polite.
Since when have you been polite?
Hey! This is an ancient mountain. It's not like some guy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Also, Penelope has pulled the handout and has it like tucked in her pocket so the fingers are out. She's like, if we start getting close to the rest of you, just kind of like give me a tug and then a point, okay?
Yeah.
Valid.
Okay, thank you. I give it a little pat. Thank you, Leon.
In this like long corridor, you see more of those like random like magical globules of light as you go, which you haven't seen in the city before at all. You don't, as you go, all of a sudden they kind of start flickering a bit, but they don't disappear, but they do flicker every now and again.
I don't love that. Does anyone have a light, by the way?
No.
Oh, it just makes them more like neat firefly.
I mean, if Wynn is nervous about it, I think, Lex, if you also agree, Bryn would probably just, in a different color, summon her own little, like, globule of floating bubble-like fairy light.
Yeah, that seems perfectly reasonable. Yeah, you can summon like a single one like floating above your hand in some way.
But what
Oh,
color?
that's so cool.
Ooh, that's a nice one. I think because of the golds, you still see the gold like streak through, but it's garnet, like a deep blood
Oh,
red garnet.
Nice.
Ooh. Great for our eyes.
True.
That's good. This is just like a tunnel, then?
Yes. You haven't seen anything split off or anything. When you make your light, for a second, the globule above you almost starts shining brighter. Like it's like mad that something else glows in its presence. But then it starts dimming again. And as you keep going, you eventually see Bryn see this first because you have the highest instinct.
Mine's a 12, baby.
You see what looks like to be the silhouette of like someone leaning against a wall. And as you approach, the hand in your bag immediately just like plops out of the bag and like starts dragging itself towards the body.
Hey, I could have. Okay, we found the rest of it. We found the rest of Leon.
Oh. What does he look like?
It looks like a suit of armor like crafted out of wood and vine. So there's
Oh.
like a big like chunk blasted out of the torso of it.
Oh.
You can watch like the plants trying to like regrow, but it's real slow.
Oh.
And does this feel familiar to you? You're the plantiest.
I am the plantiest. Does this feel familiar to me? DM, help me out.
So it does. The magic feels similar and familiar, but you haven't seen a creature like this before, but it feels adjacent.
Oh, so this is like, it's similar, it's adjacent.
Mhm.
Okay, so the plants are like, the vines are trying to regrow. What is the hand doing? It's still like inching it forward.
The hand tries to go to where it was removed and tries to reattach itself.
Can I help it out?
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, I don't even know what that'd be.
Let's take a look here.
Let's go.
Conviction? Or in finesse?
Last time I used my vines, it was finesse.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you use finesse for this one, I think. Sure.
Okay.
Also, for clarification, Penelope didn't say that you were the plantiest because you were a plant person, and her mind was immediately, you know more about plants and nature than anyone else I know.
Whereas I just snort laughed
Yeah.
because you called the Virginia the plantiest. I was like, yeah.
The Virgin or the
you know,
plantiest? What the heck?
You're wrong. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm cool with this. I rolled a 5.
With a 5, I think it's gonna fail. It seems to like appreciate the gesture,
Yeah.
but
fucking
like
Alex.
you try to use like your connection to plants to help it regrow, but it's not working any faster. Which you can take an adversity token.
Thank you.
Callum led us right to this. Did
Yes.
Callum stop?
Calm doesn't want to stop, but everyone else seems to stop.
Should we take this with us? Leon? Hi. I'm like talking to the full thing, not just the hand now. Hi.
The head, which is like visored helmet, but once again, still made of like wooden vines, kind of looks at you. No expression because there's no face to have an expression. Just looks in your direction.
You helped her mom, right? Pointing at Bryn.
Yeah, it nods.
Do you want to go with us to find the person who hurt her, and it looks like they hurt you too? So I'm glad I was able to give your hand back. Your hand was very helpful. Thank you.
You see part of its chest, like the plants, like open up so it can reach inside of its chest, and it pulls out what is now kind of torn up and beat up, but it's your mother's spell book.
Oh, hey, we found the book!
Nice.
Now, did you?
Thank
like,
you!
Did you 5-finger that, or were you protecting?
I mean, it was in his chest.
Yeah, you. If you can open your chest, that you could still be stealing.
Bryn just like, as they're talking amongst themselves, just lets the orb float for a bit and gingerly takes her mom's damaged book.
He didn't have to give it to us. That wasn't what I was asking. So I think he's cool. Gives a just very gentle pat that's probably not quite as gentle as she thinks it is. Just like the shoulder pat. Damn, got a splinter.
Oh, how did you help?
I don't know how I can answer without speaking.
Valid. Have him write again?
Hand him the pen and paper. Which hand writes better? Right or
Just hold it out and let him grab it with whatever. He's pretty sure he could see.
There's only one that's attached to his body.
Like you can see, right?
One of the vines like kind of just like extends from like its torso and grabs the pen and starts poorly writing again.
I'm like holding the paper as steady as I can.
The first thing it just writes is just the word friend.
Friend to my mom?
It nods.
Friend. I've never seen you before, and I know most of my mom's friends.
I feel like you wouldn't forget a sentient wooden suit of armor.
I haven't seen a sentient wooden suit of armor as long as I can vaguely remember.
Why do you keep saying things like you're so much older than us when we know you're not? Yes, it's your birthday.
Come on, it's her birthday.
True,
Be
true.
nice.
Sorry. The weird is getting to me.
I think it just writes same side.
Same side of what?
War.
You know, I'm starting to get a little more nervous about what we're gonna find at the end of this hallway.
Penelope is deeply confused. She doesn't know about any sort of war going on, I don't think. That's not something she's been told about. I don't think she knows. War? What?
Right.
War? There's no war going on anywhere, is there?
How recent?
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning of what?
I think around then it starts failing to like hold itself together.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't think he's in good shape.
think we can maybe load him up on the back of Thorn?
Yeah,
Thorn's
Thorn's big
chunky.
enough. Yeah. Can I help him up there?
Is your pack of stuff are you wearing like a backpack, or you have like a saddle, like a side saddle thing for Thorn, or
He's got saddlebags.
for no reason in particular?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that's where Gwen is currently keeping all of their stuff is in the saddlebags.
It writes one more thing as the golden globs of light start flickering again. It reaches for the pen and paper one more time and just writes help.
Help.
Who? Where?
Help me.
What? Why?
Callum. Fetch.
Yeah, Callum immediately just dead sprint further down the hallway.
We're gonna follow. Me and Thorn.
Odie, go, but don't pass up Callum, please.
Hey, I feel like Odie at this point is skittering up on the ceiling because he can do that. Lizards,
Yes.
man!
Lizard man.
Yeah.
Lizard moment.
I'm having to guide him to skitter up on the ceiling. We're having to do loops up on the wall and then back down.
Yeah, so he has some novelty, but he's not getting ahead of Callum.
Yes. I love how he went from bad directions.
He's not ahead of my Drake, who's cooler and faster.
Who knows where he's
No,
going?
he's leading the way.
No, Penelope literally said, "Don't get ahead of Callum."
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. I mean, Callum isn't cool. Callum doesn't do the skitters on the ceiling. He doesn't do the fun wiggle arounds.
Yeah, my Drake, who's fucking sick, actually. Fucking sick.
Odie is the PhD in good decisions. Good intentions.
Odie
Good
does
Good
not best.
intentions. Good decisions. Less so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Good intentions. Terrible decisions. I'm sorry, I just love Odie so much. I love thinking about silly Odie shit.
He's just a
Yeah.
delightful little weirdo. What do we find as we continue along the trail? And I'm trying to not zoom too far ahead and get lost.
I love Odie so much.
You're heading down the hallway and going for maybe another 3 minutes until suddenly all of the lights on top, guiding down, just go out all at once. All that you have is the red light of your fairy light.
Oh.
See? Don't like that.
And then as you keep going a little bit farther, even though you can still barely see, suddenly the world is just lit up with the brightest light you've all ever seen. Your eyes hurt and you can see stars dancing in them as the sun
Penelope and Odie
itself.
both start sneezing at the sudden bright light.
Oh yeah.
Like cats.
Oh yeah.
The sun itself has descended into these mines.
That's it too. Bright too. Odie on the floor, Odie.
Because at the end of the hall, you can see the entryway into a room. You see a man getting thrown past the doorway.
I think, is that the one we're supposed to help?
Maybe.
What do we see when we enter in?
As you guys come barreling into the room, to your right, you see a man in heavy green clothing, and he seems to be literally glowing. He's just radiating light from his person, seemingly no source other than himself. And he's the one that got flung and is against the wall trying to pull himself back up.
Is that the bright golden, the same color as the golden
Mhm.
lights that we've been? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And as you come into that room, you see the fairy light in your hand. The red light starts almost being pulled towards him, and you see your fairy light go out as the red turns gold and it's absorbed into him.
Oh, that's interesting. What do we see on the other end?
And on the other side, you see something that no longer looks human in any way. For Penelope, you've seen some of the vampires who have become less than human looking. And this is along those lines. Elongated body. The arms are extended, and the only thing connecting them is free floating blood that just magically not falling away to the floor, keeping the limbs attached and everything. And you see torn cloak, presumably part of what Callum ate, but it's some kind of vampire something fighting this man.
I think the light guy is who we're supposed to help.
No shit.
Okay.
I'm saying this out of character.
It's like, yeah.
Okay, Odie, let's go. And it's like high conviction, like so. I'm just like, let's just get everyone calmed down to talk, and just Odie just up along the wall just starts skittering.
Wow.
Bryn's going to the man who literally ate her magic.
Okay, so you're going to the guy, and Penelope is going to talk to the vampire, you said?
This dude hurt my friend's mom. We're just going to like attempt to forcibly de-escalate the situation.
Okay. And what are you other two doing?
Wynn is going to look back and ask Leon, can you like scoot over a little bit? I think we're about to get another passenger. And it's gonna follow Penelope toward the light guy.
You mean Bryn? Because Penelope's going to the vampire.
Right, Bryn. I'm gonna follow Bryn to the
Bryn and
light
Wynn,
guy.
and what?
There is no
Yeah.
way Ellis would let Pen go towards that vampire.
Oh my god, the younger two and the older two always splitting off in the exact
Yeah.
same pairs. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Who could have foreseen this?
Me, as was foretold.
I do believe that like Penelope is just like, let's just like get this dude to calm down. Odie might have different ideas of what to do once we have this vampire.
Odie might
True.
make a chew toy. Nom, nom, nom.
Odie has
Nom, nom,
much
nom.
higher conviction than I do.
Once we have this vampire, that's very presumptive of
Once
you.
we have-
I do think in this case it would be Blunt from Odie and Silverstein. I think.
Do it, boys. Silverstein has a pretty good blunt, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I gave him a good blunt.
It's a tool for Odie.
Ew.
Couldn't
It did
get
not want to
dashed
come
out.
out. It did not want to come out. It's a 4.
Ooh, so that's a 6
Ooh.
total between you two.
Yeah.
I do think one of you have adversity tokens you could use. I think.
I do.
Yeah, Ellis has an adversity
I have
token.
one. We both do.
A 7 would be the bare minimum to not have a bad thing happen. I think.
I will absolutely spend my adversity token.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Game Woven. This week we have been playing a Kids on Bikes hack created by our very own Lex Olden called Kids on Drakes. If you like what we're doing, feel free to leave us a review on your podcasting app. You can go support us on Patreon at patreon.com/gamewoven. You can also support the Patreon for the One Shot Podcast Network, where you can help support a bunch of other shows. This week's episode features Lex Olden, Brianna Jean, Emily, as was foretold, Jency from Roleplay Retcon, one of our sister shows, and Rainy Keys.